Hero, Chapter 17. Ben tossed and turned all night. His sheets felt scratchy and hot. His pillow was lumpy. Every time he fell asleep, he woke up with a start, afraid that he had forgotten something. But he hadn't forgotten something. He had lost something. Two things. There was just a cold spot on the floor by his bed where Hero used to sleep. Downstairs, an empty crate was a reminder that Scout was missing. Sunday morning, Ben got out of bed at dawn, more exhausted than he'd ever been. His mom was already at the kitchen table, reading the paper and sipping her coffee. Even Erin was still asleep. She was surprised to see Ben downstairs so early. "Good morning, sunshine," she said, a quizzical look on her face. "Or should I say, good morning, thundercloud?" "Hey, Mom," he mumbled. He dropped into a chair across from her. She scrunched up her face and studied him. "Ben, are you okay? You don't look so good." Ben fought tears. He wished he could tell his mom everything. Felt alone and scared. But if he asked his parents for help finding the dogs, they would take Scout away. If he ever found him again, that was. And then Hero would be heartbroken, and it would be all Ben's fault. It was like a puzzle with no real solution. Ben didn't know what to do. "I'm okay," he wished, wishing he sounded more convincing. "It's just, well, Mom." "Yes. I just have a lot to do, and I don't know if I can get it all done. That's all." Ben exhaled. It wasn't a lie. It just wasn't exactly the whole truth. His mom looked at him. Ben shifted in his chair and looked at the floor. He worried he'd said too much already. "That doesn't sound like anyone in my family," his mom said firmly. Ben's head shut up. He hadn't expected to hear those words. "When your dad feels overwhelmed," she went on, "do you know what he does?" Ben shook his head. "Even if he's in the middle of an investigation, he stops, figures out what he's not doing right and how he could do it better, and he comes up with a new plan. He doesn't sit around feeling mopey, that's for sure," his mom said. Ben absorbed her words. He had been spending an awful lot of time feeling sorry for himself. Sorry that he wasn't getting his homework done. Sorry that his parents had grounded him. Sorry that they were threatening to take away Scout. His mom was right. Suddenly, Ben's thoughts were interrupted by the best sound he'd heard in his entire life. Barking and scratching at the back door. He let out a loud whoop and hopped out of his chair. He crossed the kitchen in 2 big steps and flung open the door. Hero was back! Hero stood in the doorway panting, one eye swollen. He held his left front paw up in the air ever so slightly, as if it hurt too much for him to put down. His beautiful coat was matted and dirty. Relief washed over Ben as he dropped to his knees and threw his arms around Hero's neck. The feel of Hero's warm fur and the sound of his breath brought Ben back to that night so many years ago, when the dog had appeared out of the darkness, and Ben knew he was going to be okay. He never wanted to let go of Hero, who stood patiently while Ben hugged him. "Are you okay, buddy?" Ben asked, pulling away, looking the dog up and down. "Poor guy," he muttered, as he inspected Hero's injuries. They didn't seem too bad. Hero licked Ben's face as Ben looked past him into the backyard. It was empty and quiet. Scout wasn't there. "You two sure missed each other," Ben's mom said, walking over and crouching down next to him. Ben nodded, struggling to hide his concern for Scout. "Aw, Hero," she said, scratching Hero under the chin. "What happened to you, buddy?" Ben's mind worked overtime to try to come up with a plausible explanation. Noah said he got stuck in the hedge behind his house and got a little scratched up. That's all." His mom eyed him skeptically. "Uh-huh," was all she said. Ben could tell she didn't entirely believe him, but luckily she didn't push it. "Where's Scout?" "Oh, he's still at Noah's," Ben said. "He's too little to walk home by himself, of course." "Of course," his mom said slowly. Ben needed to escape before she started asking more questions. "Actually, I think I'll go over there and see Scout, okay, Mom?" "Let's clean Hero up a little first," she said. She dabbed gently at Hero's eye with a wet washcloth and soaked his paw in a bowl of warm, salty water. Hero seemed to improve quickly. Even though he was worried sick about Scout, Ben forced himself to remain outwardly calm. Besides, he knew he had the best hope of finding Scout right here by his side. Hero. If anyone could track Scout, Hero could. Finally, his mom kissed the top of Hero's head. All set. Ben raced for the door, Hero fast on his heels. "See you later, Mom." "Ben," she called out after him, "remember you're still grounded. You don't have a lot of time. You need to be back here in 2 hours, okay?" "Okay," Ben called. Now that Hero was back, Maybe they had a shot at finding Scout. Ben just hoped 2 hours would be enough time.